I think that it goes against a lot of what Northeastern pushes for. They have their whole climate justice hub, and they do a lot of other sustainability work and make a lot of commitments and like statements of support for sustainability efforts. There's just one area that they're lacking in, and I think that it definitely makes a statement that they're not willing to really sort of go all the way. We are just pushing Northeastern to divest from the fossil fuel industry. They have a small portion of their endowment invested in the fossil fuel industry. They're not super transparent about it, but we would like there to be no endowment money invested.
In the 2010s in general, a lot of schools were pushing for divestment from fossil fuels, which essentially means pulling any investments from the endowment away from companies that extract, transport, distribute fossil fuels, process fossil fuels. And then the university put out this statement that said, we're not going to divest, we're going to invest like $25 million or something of the endowment into sustainable initiatives.
I think it's the art of greenwashing, personally, and we see it all the time. You know, the state that we protest against all the time will come out with something, oh, we did this, and everyone will go, they did this.
Hi. Hello. Thank you. Welcome to Divest Northeastern's 10th birthday party.
The faculty senate has voted to divest unanimously multiple times. Last spring, we got a question on the SGA student referendum about divestment, and I think it was 92% voted to divest. At this point, hundreds of colleges and universities, a lot of institutions globally have started to divest from fossil fuels. The university does claim to be working towards sustainability and justice, but I don't know, as students we kind of know that they have to put their money where their mouth is. The majority of Northeastern's money is in this endowment. It's a combination of part of the profits that the university makes and a lot of donations as well. For our endowment in particular, I believe we have around $60 or $70 million invested in the fossil fuel industry.
Northeastern is not super open about like where their endowment money is or sort of how any of that process really works.
Most of it is not managed by the university. It's Cambridge Associates manages ours. Cambridge Associates' bottom line is essentially whatever Northeastern wants. What Northeastern wants is kind of more unclear.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright, yeah, a little, yep, there you go. Yes, there you go.
The financial interests, for sure. Capitalism, yes, definitely. I think they see us as students will come and go, and the faculty's a pain in the butt, you know, and that's it. And we're just going to keep, and business as usual. It's the same problem everywhere. All these special interests, mostly people with a lot of money that are doing this. And you see it in the divestment movement too. You know, it's all the oil companies, all the, you know, fossil fuels, that kind of thing. They're all tied up in that, and just, you know, it's hard to fight against that. No one's taking the big steps to stop the climate crisis, and that's stop burning fossil fuels, period. That's what we have to do, and there's all this, oh, but we're going to do this instead, and it's just not going to work.
I think in the past people had started a divestment campaign to sever ties with Nike because of sweatshop labor. And so I think they're kind of scared of this slippery slope aspect where people will start demanding more justice. I don't know. Which, I don't know, is kind of valid from their perspective. because that probably will happen. And just, I guess, from my perspective, I think it should.
And getting like a wave of Northeastern professors to sign on to this. Academics, I think, are a huge
We've done honestly a super wide range of things. We're currently working on planning a birthday party for Divest because it's our 10-year anniversary this year.
Nothing should happen if not
It's not going to stay lit. There's no hope.
So, we should not worry about that.
You kind of become used to such resistance to change, and so it's unsurprising, at least, a reason to fight harder and organize better with my fellow students. It's definitely frustrating, but I have a lot of hope in the power of organizing and creating communities that care and have this goal. And I do think eventually things will change. I don't know if I have to think that to keep myself sane, but I have hope.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Divest. Happy birthday to you.
And as many more as it takes.